dollar, that's what I need. Well, I need a dollar, that's what I need.
I love that, Aloe Black. Hey folks, I am Jon Najarian, and this is 3 at 3. Let's get to it, shall we? Give you a little break here, Aloe. I am Jon Najarian, folks. Every day at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, I present for your edification 3 at 3, which is unusual option activity that we have deemed important enough to point out to our subscribers, to viewers of CNBC, and of course to you on 3 at 3. So let's get to it. For October 21st, 2020. Disclaimer says this is for educational and informational purposes only. And before you get jealous about today's picks that we were about to show you, be aware that this is something that we produce every day for professional traders as well as for retail investors, and you need to understand risks before you invest, folks. Please. Thank you. All right, let's get to the intellectual property notice, which is that we have patents, we have trademarks, we have registered marks, we have copyright on virtually everything you're about to see. And we don't share it except in visual opportunities like this to anybody outside of our subscriber base. So please, before you reproduce anything that we present here, ask us first. We will likely grant you that permission. We'll just suggest that you copy and link to Market Rebellion. Thank you. All right, getting into the presentation. PDD, talked about it just yesterday. This is one that we talked about when the stock was 88.81. You see that at the top of the screen there. You also see the bottom line on the screen that says beginning of October, when it was a $72 stock, we had activity. We had activity a week later, and we had activity yesterday. So how's it worked out? Pretty well, I think, because those 90 calls that we were talking about when they were $1.10 to $1.90, and as you remember, perhaps, I think I was buying them at $1.75, something like that. Well, today they hit 380. So, out. Thank you. Cha-ching, cashed out, PDD. And why also, folks? Well, because these are options that expire on Friday. So, time decay becomes a real fierce enemy of any owner of an option into the final few days. So that's why. How about this one? Go to marketrebellion.com/get started, and you can see all about all of our different services. We can teach you about managing options risk. We can teach you about trading Bitcoin. We can teach you about trading futures. We can teach you about trading stocks. We have a great team of traders. Virtually everybody we've got that writes or produces content for us is a trader. That makes us rather unique. Anyway, please check out marketrebellion.com/get started, and you can get started. Halftime report 2 days ago. Here's Dr. J on the halftime report. And there I am talking about these two stocks. Snapchat, of course, and Pinterest. Now, you can go online and Google my name, and these would come up. But let me just show you what happened. Snap, at that time, was $28.88. It was up $1.05, which is 3.7%. Pinterest was $45.57. It was also up about 3.5%. So let's take a look at what happened with Snap. Well, stock traded up to and through 37 today. Basically, it was up $10 from where our entry was. And as you see, a 30% move. It was up as much as, I think, 34% today. The 28.50 calls, which we bought, and we bought them cheap, we bought them right, and I had a couple of the higher strikes as well. Well, guess what? They went all the way up to over $10 today. So, once again, you could have invested into the stock at $28. 1,000 shares would have meant $28,000. You could have bought bunch of options. A 10 lot of those options would have cost you about 5% of that. It would have been, let's say it was $1.25 or $1.50 for those options, and they went to 10. So in other words, 10 lot of those, if they're $150 a piece, a 10 lot, which represents 1,000 shares, since every option is for 100 shares, would have meant that you would have to spend $1,500 instead of $28,000 to be in Snap. Now, that $28,000 investment became worth $38,000. $10,000 profit. Cha-ching! That would have been great, right? How about this one? A $1,500 investment turned into $10,000. 1,500 into 10,000 or 28,000 into 10,000. You got to decide what's appropriate for you folks. And if you need to learn more about it, by all means, come on over to marketrebellion.com and we'll show you and get you started so that you can find that dollar that you need. But we're not done. There's some of the love. Thank you, Sean, from all the way on the other side of the world. Thank you, Jaws. Thank you, Sasha. Thank you, Barmal. Thank you, David. Thank you, Pinnakin. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Gary. Folks, we had hundreds of you that were nice enough to send us, hey, gosh, we killed it with this trade. Yeah, we did. And we appreciate all of you. We appreciate you watching Halftime Report. We appreciate those of you who are subscribers. We appreciate all of you who are watching this on 3 at 3. So thank you, folks. You're too kind, and we appreciate all of that. Just wanted to give a shout out to some of the folks that were out there also pumping their fists over Snap. But there was also Pinterest. Pinterest, 45.59, right? We had upside call buying in Pinterest. How did that work out? Well, let's see. Pinterest shoots all the way up to 52 from 45. So, the way I calculate it, that's about $7, right, folks? And when we look at that, that's a nice gain. Can you imagine what the 45.50 call spread did? Well, it went to $5, damn near, and you were paying a lot less than that. In other words, folks, there is always a way to make money from some of these trades, and the idea is not just to make money, but how do you truncate your losses when you are wrong? That's why options are so important, because you can do that. You can learn how to invest with options, know exactly, precisely what your risk is, and then hopefully have lots of winners as well. Cut those losses. My particular discipline is I cut them at 50%. If they go 50% against me, I'm talking about an option trade, folks, not a stock. A $45 stock, I wouldn't wait till it fell to half of that price. But a $1 option to fall to 50 cents, that means I'm cutting my losses at small chunks like that, and every once in a while, as you guys have seen, we get to ring the register big time as it goes from $1.50 to $10, for instance. Bang! You want to learn more about unusual option activity? By all means, come on over to marketrebellion.com/get started. That is marketrebellion.com/get started. Just a little tequila to get me through to the end of the day. Celebrating. All right, let's get to the fresh 3 at 3 right about now. Baidu, obviously, big Chinese company, trading 133.11. They're buying the next week expiration. How do I know that? Because it says a 30 instead of, in front of rather, the October, which means that's the 30th of October expiration. If it said 23rd October, that would be, of course, Friday's expiration. But these are options that expire a week out. That's massive time decay, theta. That's massive risk on volatility, vega. That's why, in order to trade these, I really think you need to know what Market Rebellion can teach you. But you make your own decisions. So, October 135 calls, they bought a bunch of them, and they paid about $2.50 to $3.50, with the stock at 133.11. And there's Baidu right now, moving basically $2 higher. So whether you're a stock investor, whether you're an option investor, could have made money on this one today. Didn't have to wait overnight, didn't have to wait 2 days. This one's already making you money today because shares are up 6.5%, trading through 135.39. And that, my friends, is why you trade options and why unusual option activity is so darn important. Take a look at our second trade of the 3 at 3. This one, airlines, Jets, Jets, Jets. Take a look at Jets. They bought 7,000, again, 30th of October, which is next Friday. That expiration, and they're trading at the 19 call strike. That's what this particular big trader who wanted 700,000 share equivalent, that's what he or she bought. The 19 strike calls. Paid 20 cents to 25 cents. Cheap shot, right? Keep an eye on them. There is Jets right now at 1783. There it is, 1781. In other words, hasn't moved yet. Has not moved. Plenty of time. You have to decide if it's appropriate for you, though. Let's get to the third and final of our 3 at 3. And it is FXI. So we've got two big China plays here, folks. This is, of course, broad market China. It's not just one stock like Baidu or like Alibaba or like Tencent. It's nothing like that. This is all, basically, of the big caps in China. Take a look at FXI. They're buying 35,000. That's 3.5 million share equivalent. That's a big trade, folks. You want to be watching when somebody makes a big trade like that. And they bought the 46 calls with the stock or ETF at 44.73. Paid 68 cents. So every option cost them $68. 68 cents. Every option's for 100 shares, $68. So you take that $68 investment. If you'd like to make it a 10 lot, which would be a 1,000 share position, that would be $680. If you want a 10,000 share position like I trade, that's a 100 lot, which would mean, of course, that we're spending $6,800 on that. So when I spend $6,800, I like selling something else above it against it. These are options that are at the peak of starting that rollover of time decay. That's why I want to protect theta, time decay, as well as vega, volatility. Just be aware of that, folks, when you're trading anything that's in the final 60 days of its life. That's where the rubber hits the road, as they say. And there is a chart of the FXI, basically right here, 44.75, after trading up this morning to 44.73. So in other words, basically in line with where it was when we first saw it. Bang! I hope you had a great day, folks. I had a fantastic day. Pinterest, pins. I also had Snap, and I did them live on television 2 days ago. So for all of my haters, thank you very much. And for all you guys that love 3 at 3, tell a friend. Come on in every day. Every single business day we do 3 at 3, and we share with you the stocks and options that are hitting on our unusual activity screens. And I think you'll be a better investor for it. Thank you for joining me. I'm on the halftime report tomorrow. Probably be doing my happy dance about what's going on there, because I think we'll probably do a little updating, if you know what I mean.
I need a dollar, that's what I need. Hey, hey. Well, I need a dollar.
Have a great day.
That's what I
Bang.
need. Hey, hey. Say I need a dollar, that's what I need. And if I share with